Have you ever wondered about the Holy Roman Empire and why it was dissolved? Picture a vast, intricate tapestry of territories stretching across Western and Central Europe. This was the Holy Roman Empire. Born in the crucible of the early Middle Ages, it became a testament to the multi-ethnic complexity of the time. Its reign, however, was not eternal. It continued until its dramatic dissolution in 1806. Now let's dive into the reasons behind its dissolution. To understand the dissolution, we need to take a look at the background. The Holy Roman Empire, a sprawling entity with a complex structure, was in a state of flux during its latter years. Europe was undergoing a transformation. The rise of nation-states was shaking the very foundations of the empire. These nation-states, with their defined borders and centralized power, presented a stark contrast to the loosely bound territories of the empire. As these nation-states grew stronger, they began to challenge the power and authority of the empire. Now, let's journey back to the early 17th century, to the outbreak of the 30 Years' War. This brutal conflict was more than a religious war. It was a struggle for power and territory. The empire was at the heart of it, and the war left it fractured and weakened. The Peace of Westphalia, which ended the war, led to a shift in the balance of power. The autonomy of the empire's states was affirmed, further eroding the central authority of the empire. These factors set the stage for the eventual dissolution of the empire. Now onto the dissolution itself. Imagine, if you will, the figure of Napoleon Bonaparte, a man whose military campaigns shook the very foundations of Europe. Napoleon, with his grand ambition and tactical genius, was a force that the Holy Roman Empire simply couldn't ignore. His armies pushed boundaries, quite literally, and his pressure on the Holy Roman Emperor Francis II was intense and unyielding. This pressure, this relentless pursuit of power and dominance, led Francis II to the ultimate decision: abdication. The Holy Roman Empire, that had stood for centuries, was to be dissolved. But the story doesn't end there. The Treaty of Pressburg, signed in the wake of a crushing defeat for the empire, was a turning point. This treaty marked the end of an era, shifting power balances and redrawing the map of Europe. It was a significant milestone, a testament to the changing tides of history. And so, in 1806, the Holy Roman Empire was no more. So what do we take away from all this? In retracing our steps, we find a myriad of factors that led to the unraveling of the Holy Roman Empire. The shifting sands of political power played a crucial role, with territorial disputes and power struggles causing internal fractures. Further, the relentless military pressure from the forces of Napoleon Bonaparte proved to be the final nail in the coffin. These factors intertwined led to the dissolution of this once mighty empire. In essence, the dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire was a result of the changing political landscape of Europe and the pressure exerted by Napoleon Bonaparte.